For months, whispers of worry quietly circled around today's Craig Melvin, a familiar face in millions of American households. His smile steady, his voice reassuring. Craig had slowly begun to step away from his usual rhythm. Viewers noticed fewer appearances, a softer presence, a heaviness in his eyes. But on air, he kept going, until the news broke, and everything changed. Point 1. The hidden struggle behind the smile. 1:30. Craig Melvin is no stranger to the spotlight, but behind the polished desk of morning television, he's also a father, a husband, and, like so many of us, a man doing his best to carry what life throws his way. Sources close to the Melvin family have now confirmed what fans had long feared but hoped wasn't true. Craig has been quietly dealing with a serious health concern affecting a beloved member of his immediate family, his younger brother, Ryan. The emotional toll has been immense. Friends say Craig was determined to keep the situation private for as long as possible, focusing instead on bringing light to others each morning. But as the family situation grew more serious, Craig finally took a step back, and the Today audience noticed his absence almost immediately. Point 2. Lindsay's quiet strength. 3 minutes. Perhaps no one has felt the emotional weight more deeply than Craig's wife, sports broadcaster Lindsay Czarniak. Known for her upbeat demeanor and steadfast presence, Lindsay has been a rock beside Craig, not just as a partner, but as the silent strength holding the family together. Paparazzi captured a tender moment just outside a Washington, D.C. cancer center. Lindsay holding Craig's hand tightly, her face strained but composed. It was the first time the public saw just how real and raw this journey had become. Insiders close to the couple say Lindsay has cleared her schedule entirely. She's canceled appearances, postponed professional commitments, and dedicated herself full-time to supporting Craig and their children, Delano and Sybil. But it was one moment, one quote, that caught everyone off guard. When asked how she's coping, Lindsay simply said, "We show up for each other. That's the only thing that matters now." Point 3. An intimate fight, a public outpouring. 4:30. The Melvin story has triggered an outpouring of support, not just from Today's Show viewers, but from families across America who see their own lives in this deeply personal struggle. Craig and Lindsay have chosen to remain relatively private about the details, but sources confirm that treatment has begun. Family routines have changed, the energy at home quieter, more sacred. The laughter of their children still fills the house, but now it's woven with long silences, tearful embraces, and endless late-night talks between husband and wife. Meanwhile, the Today Show team has circled the wagons. Co-hosts have filled in seamlessly, but not without emotion. On one broadcast, Hoda Kotb choked up while referencing Craig's absence, quietly saying, "We're sending love. All of it." Closing. 6 minutes. Life doesn't pause, not even for the people we admire most. But what Craig Melvin and Lindsay Czarniak remind us is that in the face of heartache, grace still exists. Strength isn't always in showing up at the desk. It's in knowing when to sit beside someone and simply hold their hand. They haven't asked for our attention, but they've earned our respect. As Craig continues this chapter with his family, quietly, courageously, millions are watching, not as fans, but as fellow human beings, sending love, sending hope, and standing with them every step of the way. Call to action. 6:30. If this story touched your heart, please consider subscribing and sharing your support in the comments. These aren't just headlines, they're real lives, and sometimes a simple message can go further than you ever imagine. Thank you for being here. Let's keep lifting one another, one story at a time.